The marriage license is another instrument that's used the same way, same with the birth certificate. The birth certificate is used, so the corporation or the plantation claims the birth of the child. Like you get a certificate and it'll say, born in the state of New Jersey. Say, born in Camden, in the state of New Jersey. So that means the Camden Municipal Corporation gave you birth, being subject to the New Jersey State Corporation established in 1844, and that's your mother. And that's a certificate where the mother signs the child over to the hospital, who is in cahoots with the state under the Christian black codes, and they regulate, and they're like spies, they tell everything, and they operate together. Now you look back into the Christian black codes of 1724 and you'll see the absolute relationship between the hospital and the state. All right? So the offspring of the womb automatically belongs to the state, and so that you don't feel uncomfortable, instead of saying slave, they'll call it W-A-R-D, ward of the state. So the child being state property, that instrument or that birth certificate, being that's their property under commercial auspices, is transferred into a stock. And so at birth, that child, I think as of now, what's about 20 years ago was about 16,000. So about now it's probably $30-some-odd thousand, or representative 35,000 units, that when the child is born and that certificate is put on them, that burden is already put on that child. So what they do, they borrow against it, project it on the tax that they expect to get from that thing during its life cycle. All right? So
last I was reading, it was $630,000.
630,000 now?
30,000.
Yeah, that's because it accelerated exponentially.
And they have on the birth certificate mother or other informant.
Yes, yeah.
They will form it.
Yes, and they're agents. And also when those things, and remember, don't take offense, from a political perspective, they're listed as it, they're not listed as people. Yes. Negroes, blacks, and colored are listed in government and in military as it. And also if they are neutralized in a war or conflict, they're listed as advisors. So if you see in any conflict where a certain amount of persons are neutralized, and they say so many advisors died, they're Asiatics, of Asiatic African birth. They're not listed as citizens. This is also why they have a difficulty, as you see over the years, you see different wars go up that take place, and you see different people start movements to try to get these people recognized and all this stuff, you know, from Troop 54, from the Civil War and all that kind of stuff, and they doing all kind of stuff to get them recognized. The reason why they're not, because they're not citizens, they're property. They're property of the citizens. Whoever's name they bear, that's bonded. They're under liens and bonds from birth. So they're born in sin. And born in sin does not mean like, you know, right and wrong. Born in sin means born in ignorance. Sin is ancient Hebrew. And when they translate, just like when they translate the Bible, they don't translate the culture. They translate European Romantic culture and interject Constantine's principles, when in actuality that means ignorance. Sin is ignorance or lack of knowledge. All right, so keep that in mind.